What's up? This is the Real Pac-Man, and you're listening to the EarBudz podcast powered by Smoklahoma TV. Today, I'm joined by Adam Lumly. He's an OMMA patient, the host of the Uprising and the Pick Sports Show, and also the cameraman for rap artist Shabaka. What's happening, man?
Shout out Shabaka, man. Jack Mob. Yeah, man, I'm doing great. I'm really appreciate you putting me on the show. I have a podcast called Uprising. It's a political podcast. It's about interviewing upcoming politicians that are running for office. The Pick Sports Show. It's just a sports show. Me and my buddy would talk about sports, but kind of not easy to talk about sports when there's no sports right now. So that's kind of on a hiatus. But the rap artist Shabaka, best rapper in Tulsa, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm the cameraman for him. I do his music videos, and he's a really good friend of mine. And Pac-Man, you really good too, man. Really proud of you for the show, man. It's doing a really good job.
Thank you. Just trying to stay busy during all these times where everybody's pretty much on lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really weird time we're in. Like, it's a really historic time. We have the coronavirus, and we have this economic struggle that we're going to be going into as well. It's kind of crazy, man. It's a really crazy time we're living in.
Yeah, I know, man. I guess it's good that it kind of forces us to maybe try and do stuff that we haven't done before like this, because, I enjoy having conversations with people, and I'm like, well, we might as well entertain and get some information out there, and
Yeah, of course, man. I think a lot of creativity and a lot of other things is going to come out of this coronavirus isolation that we're all kind of having to do right now. Yeah. And one of the things I wanted to talk about on tonight's show is this kind of the local cannabis industry, how I think it's going to be going in the future. Of course, want to hear your opinion as well, Pac.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. We can start with that. Let's right now, I think dispensaries are doing pretty good.
They are, man. They are, especially this. People have nothing to do, so they go on to smoke and get bored, and you have all these kids running around, so added stress and everything else. So, yeah, they're definitely doing well. I'm really happy we have cannabis in this state. It's finally legalized to a degree, and I didn't really see that coming, man. And I thought we were going to be one of the last states to do that. Kind of crazy when it actually passed.
Yeah, same here. I was kind of blown away.
I thought we were definitely going to be like the last state that legalizes it. But it's been really well. We're doing it really well when it comes to taxes and making a lot of revenue from it. And we have so many up and coming entrepreneurs, man, investing into this market here. Your last week's guest talked about Oklahoma has one of the highest applications in this country. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So I mean, it gives people a lot of opportunities, man, and it's going to be interesting to see what companies stay around and what companies don't stay around. I think it's kind of be like Starbucks when they started getting really popular. You had a Starbucks in every street, and then eventually some of them closed down, and we have Starbucks every other place. And I think that's going to probably happen here too. And I'm looking forward to see what places make it and don't make it. I definitely think that's going to happen pretty soon. We'll see, though. The economic situation we're getting ready to go into has a lot of uncertainty about that. I think as a country, as a cannabis, I think we're going to be slowly but surely legalizing it as a full-on legalized drug. Do you think so as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how soon, but of course, I was wrong about Oklahoma getting it that quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if they do make it federally legal, my only concern would be that there's some kind of protections in place for like these local dispensary owners and like, you know,
Yeah.
some of these growers are like just a family that just pulled all their resources together to buy their licenses and start growing. And I just don't want to see like it become federally legal and then big business come in here. And I ain't talking about out of state people who have cannabis businesses out of state. That's going to happen. I'm talking
Hmm.
about Philip Morris and big companies like that
Yeah.
coming in and just, you know, and messing it all up for everybody.
Yeah, I am definitely worried about that. Just the big boys come in and they finally realize that this is a big money cash cow, and I think it is. I think it's going to be $1 trillion industry when it's said and done. So I was,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of unfortunately a matter of time before these bigger corporations start really investing into marijuana. I think Wall Street, which I'm going to talk about a little bit, it's just kind of slow. They don't like taking risks. They don't like uncertainty. And as of right now, cannabis is kind of uncertain business because any president can shut everything down because it's still federally illegal.
Right.
So that kind of adds a kind of like a wrench into the cannabis industry. And
Well,
go ahead.
oh no, I was saying that that's kind of a good segue into talking about the stocks and stuff because
Yeah,
right now, because it's so uncertainty, the where are the marijuana stocks right now as far as legal
they're
businesses?
man, they're really cheap now. Technically, they're Canadian companies because it's federally legal there, so they're Canadian stocks, but you still can trade like using Robinhood. You can buy stocks and sell them and still make money from them. And right now they're really cheap. Like this stock called Aurora Cannabis is like not even $1, and they have traded most on Robinhood count. They're the most traded marijuana stock for millennials. So that's something if people want to invest a little bit of money right now, if they have a little bit of extra money during these cheap prices, because there's so much, kind of like you said, so much uncertainty. Aurora Cannabis is one thing I would look at. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so of course, everyone should do their own research and make their own
Hmm.
decisions. But kind of talking about what I'm looking at, which is I have some stocks in Aurora Cannabis. Um, other company that really good is Coronis Group. They're really cheap. They like $5.50, and they're
Mm.
one of the bigger cannabis industries. Only problem with Aurora Cannabis is they kind of been having some problems with a lot of certain things, so their price is a lot cheaper, so it's a lot more uncertainty. But Coronis Group, CRON, the symbol on the stock exchange is that's what that is, and they're a pretty good company, and they're a lot cheaper right now. And the last one I want to talk about is Cannabis Group. A little more pricey, but they have a lot more industry, like the market cap, which is they own a lot more, and the market is a lot more than these other ones. So a bit more pricey, $13, but definitely a lot less risk.
Right. And what you had mentioned the Robinhood app. Um, I know I use a couple different ones.
Hmm.
Um, but is that the main one that you like to use as far as cannabis
Yeah,
stocks?
that's what I use. Really, all my stocks, my full portfolio is from Robinhood. It's super easy. It's really cheap. It's not. It's free technically. They have a $5 monthly thing that helps people that are beginners, kind of point them to what things they should buy and what things they shouldn't buy. So, Robin is a really easy, really simple app to use. And if you have friends that are interested as well, you can send a invite, and if they sign up, you get a free stock, and you get a free stock if you sign up as well. So, and some free stocks, like my brother signed up, and he got like $100 Microsoft stock. So, it's kind of like a luck of the draw. If you get a really good one, you can make some money already.
Yeah. Well, we can also speak on real quick before we go. A lot of dispensaries now are talking about, you know, we need a delivery system just because of this whole COVID thing. You know, a delivery system. I've seen some dispensaries doing, um, you know, curbside service. even though they're not really supposed to.
Yeah.
And then I've seen some dispensaries that have drive-through windows already built in their building anyway, and they just been waiting for a reason to use them.
Yeah, Hamilton Bud on in Broken Arrow. They used to be a sushi restaurant. Now they have drive-through.
Hamilton's Bud and Bloom.
Yeah. It's on Kenosha. The other place is Nirvana by TU. I got a half for like $98, bro. 93.
Wow.
And some that gas, like Sarah D. That's what I was doing, picking up some gas, and it was a half for $93.
Oh man. Yeah.
That's a good price.
What do you think as far as like having a delivery service? Do you think that would be ideal?
It's just the issue is the security, man. Like, let's say some person pulls up on, like, let's say you're a worker and someone pulls up on you and robs you. Like, you have to have like your customer's information on your phone. A person can rob you and take all that information and all your customers' information on your phone. And now that person knows the people's addresses, possibly other things like bank account, other things like that.
Yeah,
I think I think that'd be a big security issue and a big security and big insurance issue. Like, people
who's
like
delivering it.
Yeah, that as well. Like, I mean, you can do background checks and try to do as much as you can, but at the end of the day, you gotta trust those workers, man. And like, let's say they have 2 ounces, and they're like, "Well, I don't want to really work here. I just wanted to take the weed." And oh, that's 2 ounces that you don't have now. And like, I don't know how these insurance companies would want to even cover these people, like these businesses, to try to do that.
Yeah, that's going to be a liability to them. That's what they're going to look at it as.
A huge liability. And I mean, as a business, you got to have some security. Like, you don't want to get sued, and you don't want to lose all your money. That's why companies have insurance.
I think if the dispensary is sending someone who works at the dispensary, that might be a lot better than having like a random delivery service that's not connected to the dispensary at all. Because the dispensary, I feel like if they were sending somebody out for delivery, they'd have a lot more to lose if it went bad.
Yeah.
You know, where just some random person delivering it, like, what are they,
Yeah.
It was 7 grams when it left the shop. I don't know why it's 5 grams now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of stuff.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's right. And like, you get your weed and like, well, this is supposed to be 7 grams. This is like 3 grams. Like, where's all the other weed?
Yeah. Do you have your receipt? Would you like a refund?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're kind of far away from that maybe, but hopefully we can get there somehow, some way.
I mean, smart people trying to figure it out. I mean, I think some way they're going to try to do that.
Yeah.
Is a good idea.
It's been awesome talking with you. That's our time. I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Of course.
And if you're listening or wherever you're listening to your podcast right now, go to Smoklahoma TV on YouTube. That's Smoklahoma TV, and check out our other shows and our podcast listed there. And that's it. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Check them out.